Hi everyone! So you're using JobRunner to run your background jobs in Java, but you might have a problem. You're not having the visibility inside your jobs that you would like to. Are your jobs moving forward? Are they stuck? Are they maybe stuck on job 420 of 1337? You have no idea. Luckily, today I'm going to talk about two awesome features that help you gain visibility inside those jobs. I'm going to talk about logging to the dashboard, and I'm going to show you how the progress bar works. Let's dive right in. If you're not using these visibility options, then you might have the issue that a job is running and job is being processed, like this one, process orders. It already started here 5 minutes ago. It's still in the processing phase. And then if you click on the job, you just see here job processing. This is not very interesting for you because you have no idea how far are they, what's happening, and so on. So today I'm going to teach you how to make sure that we actually see a bit more logging here, that we see what's going on. I'm going to build up this example step by step. So let's get started with a fresh new Maven project here. What I need to do here, of course, is add the JobRunner requirements. If you go to our JobRunner documentation, you have here the dependencies that are needed. Of course, you need the JobRunner dependency, and you also need a JSON serialization library. You can choose whichever one that you want. We have a couple that we like to advise people in our documentation, so you can have a look at that. Once your dependencies are loaded, I just quickly refresh that here, and then we can start with the demo, and I'm gonna start coding. Of course, I need our main application. And what we need to do first is that we need to configure JobRunner, so that we need to make sure that JobRunner loads. Again, very easy. The initialization of JobRunner can be found in the documentation. For this example, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the in-memory storage provider, so I'm not using a database. This is just for demonstration purposes. Please check our other videos and the documentation to see how you can use other databases. Okay, so once you configure JobRunner here, important, we're going to use this one as a background server, so it will process jobs, and we're going to use the dashboard so we can visually see what is happening. I need a service that does a little bit of work, so I'm going to create a new package here. I wanted my job to be something super simple. I'm just going to call it process orders. And I'm giving it here the job context. Job context is actually the secret sauce that allows us to see what is happening inside the job. So I will explain that in a tiny bit, but I'm first going to show the super simple example. What we do here is system.out.println processing orders. There we go. We have our first super simple thing that we want to trigger. All right, so if we now want to enqueue a job, we first have to initialize our order service. It's an order service. There we go. And then with JobRunner, if you want to enqueue a job, it's actually super simple. We do background job.enqueue, and you can use our awesome Lambda notation to just say here, process orders. What we'll do here is that we will pass along the job context. Don't worry about it. You can just do JobContext.null, and then on compile JobRunner, and while running JobRunner will inject the right job context, so we can actually pass the messages and the context and the information there. In this first thing, I'm not going to do anything with that. I just want to show you how to simply run a background job. So now this is the first step. If I run this project, what would happen is that my dashboard would start, and that I would see that one thing is actually one job is being processed. I see it also here in my terminal that the orders were being processed. And if I look at my dashboard, so I refreshed, dashboard succeeded, the process orders has been succeeded. No information about what happened, so we just see a bit how long it took. But we want to, of course, with this little video, show you how you can add a bit more logging. So what I'm going to do now is going to add a new method. I'm just going to copy it to go a bit quicker. And we're going to process orders with logging. So instead of just doing this system.out.println, what you can do here is you can do JobContext.logger. And then you have different methods. You can log info, warnings, errors. I will do here info. We are starting with the order processing. And then maybe I want to simulate a bit of work, so that maybe here we're going to connect to the payment gateway. Now, of course, I need to still implement that methods. Voila. And what we do here is that it's actually just going to sleep a little bit. It's just to simulate the work. Voila. And then let's try another info message. Connected to gateway. And then I can show you how it looks like with a warning. And then at the end, we end with done processing. There we go. So this is now a job that uses the job context, so that every time there's something that we want to share from inside the job towards our dashboard, we can actually log it here. Maybe you're actually already using a logger inside your application, and then what you can do is that you can easily wrap the job context logger inside your existing logger. If you're using this SLF4J logger, you can just super simply do it like this, and then you're beautifully wrapping it, so that every message that you're sending, that is being sent to the dashboard, is actually also sent to your logger. So that's a little bit of a pro tip that you can use. For this demo, it will make it too complex, so I'll just comment it out. So let me show you now how this works. We have here our simple background job. We're now going to enqueue a background job where we do the logging. Again, we do the job context.null. Don't worry about it. It will be passed along by JobRunr. Going to rerun the application. And if we go here, we see, oh, it's actually already done here. Process orders with logging. And the nice thing is here, when the job processing, we see all the logging information here. Starting, connected to gateway, error connecting, done processing. So it works. Our logging is here in the job processing. So that's already super cool. That we have that in place super quickly, actually. And then the final thing that I want to show you is, what if you're now processing 1,000 orders? Then maybe you want to have a bit of an easy way to follow how many still need to go and so on. So that's why we're going to introduce the progress bar. Super simple. Again, what we do here is that we now do a new methods. We do process orders with progress bar. Normally you would pass along an object or an array or a map or a list, whatever, with all your objects. We're going to make it super simple. I'm just going to pass along how many orders I have. And again, the job contexts. To have the process bar, we need to, of course, initialize the progress bar. So we do job dashboard progress bar, and that equals, you take it from your job context dot progress bar. And then we need to say how big is our progress bar, what are the max amount of items. And I can just pass along here orders, because that's an int, and it will show me, okay, I have 100 orders that need to be completed. I'm going to go super simple through all the different orders. And what I'm going to do for the order is that I'm going to do process order with logging, pass along my job context. And then every time it's succeeded, the job succeeded, I do progress bar dot increment succeeded, and it will then actually make sure that my progress bar will be updated. Then I do job context dot logger dot info, all orders processed. There we go. So to round off this little demo, I also need to enqueue that one. Background job dot enqueue, and then super simple, my order service dot process orders with progress bar. Maybe I want to process for, let's say, 1,337 orders, and I pass along my job context. That's null. Voila. There we go. Gonna rerun it. And if I go to my dashboard, this one is processing the progress with the progress bar. And here we can follow along. It's now already here. You can also see all the orders, all the other stuff that I printed. Was maybe a bit too much. You can see the process bar jumped. And again, it jumped because it processed some more jobs. This is how quick this jumps. It's based on your polling interval. It's also something you can configure how quickly you want to see this changed. Well, this is the end of this super short demo. I think these are two very interesting features. First of all, you have here the logging, so you can see what's going on inside your jobs, and then you have here the progress bar. Makes it super easy to see how far you are if there needs to be processed thousands of items. So I hope you like this video. We have plenty of other videos on our YouTube channels, tutorials, guides like this. So if you like it, subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.